Welcome, take a deep breath, and allow this story to ease your mind. Rose and Petunia, A Journey to Clarity. This story is about a girl named Rose and her hamster friend Petunia, who embark on a journey to find clarity in a magical garden. Once upon a time, in a small cozy village surrounded by fields of blooming flowers, there lived a young girl named Rose. With her hair as golden as the marigold petals and eyes as blue as forget-me-nots, Rose was the embodiment of her name's beauty and kindness. Her best friend and constant companion was a delightful hamster named Petunia, with fur as soft as lavender and a heart full of curiosity. And one warm spring day, Rose and Petunia embarked on an adventure through the meadows to find a hidden garden that was said to bring clarity to those who found it. The garden was a legend, spoke among the villagers, a place where the flowers whispered secrets of the world. And as they walked, Rose and Petunia marveled at the world around them. The air was filled with the scent of wildflowers, and the sky was a brilliant shade of azure. Butterflies danced round them, and the gentle breeze carried the songs of birds. Rose felt a serene joy, holding Petunia close to her heart as they followed the winding path. Then along the way, they encountered many beautiful sights. A grove of cherry blossom trees, a stream with water as clear as crystal, and a hill covered in sunflowers that glowed like a golden sea. They also met some friendly animals who guided them. A wise old owl named Orchid, who told them stories of the garden, and a small, playful rabbit named Lily who led them to a short tub. And as they neared the garden, the path became narrower, and the surroundings more magical. The flowers here were unlike any Rose had seen before, with petals that seemed to shimmer in the sunlight and leaves that sang soft, comforting notes. Petunia's little nose twitched with excitement, and Rose's heart filled with anticipation. And finally, they reached the entrance of the hidden garden. It was a breathtaking sight, a secluded sanctuary filled with vibrant flowers of every color and kind. In the center was a delicate crystal fountain, its water sparkling in the sunlight. Rose and Petunia felt a profound sense of peace and clarity wash over them as they stepped inside. And they spent hours exploring every nook and corner of the garden. Rose listened intently to the soothing whispers of the flowers, feeling an unspoken wisdom seep into her heart. Petunia darted round joyfully, her tiny paws leaving prints on the soft soil. Then as the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the garden, Rose sat by the fountain with Petunia in her lap. She realized that the clarity she had sought was not just about understanding the world, but understanding herself and her own heart. She found a newfound sense of purpose and direction, and Petunia, too, seemed to understand, nuzzling against Rose contentedly. Beneath the moon rising in the velvety sky, Rose and Petunia began their journey back home. The path seemed easier now, illuminated by the light of the moon and the stars. They walked in silence, their hearts full of the wisdom and clarity they had found in the hidden garden. In intact home as Rose gently placed Petunia in her cozy little bed, she whispered, "We found clarity today, my dear Petunia. And it lies within us." Always Petunia blinked up at her with sleepy eyes, a soft squeak of agreement reached Rosie's ears. And so, with hearts lightened and minds clear, Rose and Petunia drifted off to sleep, ready to face whatever adventures awaited them next. And now, another heartwarming tale awaits. Lotus and Dand, a tale of comfort. This story is about a human named Lotus and an autumn sprite named Dand, who find comfort and peace in the changing seasons and each other's company. Once upon a time, in a land where seasons danced upon the earth, lived a gentle human named Lotus. Lotus lived in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and expansive meadows. Her days were filled with tending to her garden, where every flower was a burst of color and fragrance. Among her garden's many blooms, the lotus flowers held a special place in her heart. They were a symbol of peace and resilience, qualities Lotus herself embodied. As autumn spread its golden hues across the land, the wind grew cooler and the days shorter. Lotus sighed forewarned whenever she saw the leaves turn fiery red and gold. She knew that soon the autumn sprites, magical beings that accompanied the change of seasons, would come to visit. These creatures had the unique ability to ensure the transition between seasons was smooth and beautiful. One misty morning as Lotus was collecting the last summer blooms, she encountered Dand, an autumn sprite. Dand was no taller than a sunflower, with golden hair resembling dandelion fluff and sparkling green eyes like the early morning dew on grass. Fluttering wings barely visible to the human eye carried him gracefully. He landed softly on a marigold and smiled at Lotus. "Hello, Lotus," Dand greeted warmly, his voice like a whisper of a breeze. "I've come to help prepare your garden for the coming autumn." Lotus smiled in return. "Thank you, Dand. This garden is my sanctuary, and I wanted to welcome every season with open arms." Together, they began the enchanting work of transforming the garden. Dand's presence brought a magical touch, turning leaves a brilliant shade of orange and whispering to the wind to carry seeds for the next year's of blooms. Lotus marveled at the delicate changes. She and Dand shared quiet conversations, their words as soothing as a gentle lullaby. As days turned to weeks, Lotus found herself eagerly awaiting her time with Dand. His company brought her an unexpected solace. They laughed and shared stories, Dand telling tales of far-off lands and celestial dances. In return, Lotus spoke of her love for the garden and the peace it brought her. One evening, as they sat by the pond watching the sunset, Lotus sighed deeply. "As much as I love autumn, the fluff of the cold, barren winter always brings a pang of sadness." Dand's eyes softened. "Winter may seem desolate, but it holds its own beauty and promise," he said gently. "The earth rests, preparing for a new cycle of growth. Comfort can be found in the quiet, in the long nights where stories are told round a fire and warmth is shared." Lotus nodded, feeling a wave of calm wash over her. She realized that every season, like every moment in life, had its own rhythm and reason. With the help of Dand, she saw that there was beauty in every change, and that discomfort often precluded comfort. When the first snowflakes began to fall, Lotus knew it was time for Dand to return to his realm. They embraced, a heartfelt union of human and sprite, and with a whisper of magic, Dand vanished into the cool whisper of winter's breath. As Lotus watched the freshly fallen snow cover her garden, she didn't feel the usual sadness. Instead, she felt a deep sense of peace and comfort, waiting patiently for Springway's return. The memory of Dand's gentle words and presence stayed with her, a reminder that comfort could be found in every season of life. Let's continue with another heartwarming adventure. William and the Loving Angel Kawaii. This story is about a boy named William and his loving guardian angel, Kawaii, who communicates with him through a magical shell, guiding him with love and wisdom through life's challenges. Once upon a time, in a quaint seaside town, lived a kind-hearted boy named William. Each day after school, William would venture to the beach to collect shells. The beach stretched endlessly, whispering secrets of the tides and carrying echoes of the ocean's lullabies. One sunny afternoon, as the waves lapped at his feet and the horizon shimmered with golden light, William stumbled upon a peculiar shell. Unlike any other, it was iridescent and seemed to glow with a soft ethereal light. Captivated, he picked it up and held it to his ear. Instead of the usual sound of the ocean, he heard a gentle, melodic voice. "Hello, dear William," the voice said, its tone warm and comforting. Startled, William dropped the shell but quickly picked it up again. "Who are you?" he asked, his eyes wide with curiosity. "I am Kathleen, your loving guardian angel," the voice replied. "I have been watching over you since the day you were born. This shell is my way of communicating with you." William felt a surge of warmth and comfort wash over him. He had always believed in angels, and now he knew one was real, watching over him. Every day after school, he would rush to the beach, eager to hear Kathleen's gentle voice and share his thoughts and dreams. The Kathleen became William's confidant, guiding him through life's challenges with wisdom and love. Whenever he faced difficulties, the ethereal voice would offer advice and reassurance. The two formed a bond stronger than the raging seas, and through Kathleen's guidance, William grew into a compassionate, courageous young man. One evening, a fierce storm descended upon the town. Thunder roared and waves crashed against the shore with a ferocity William had never seen. He rushed to the beach, heart pounding, and clutched the shell tightly. "Kathleen, are you there?" he called out over the howling wind. The shell glowed brighter than ever before. "I am here, dear William. Do not fear the storm. Remember that the strongest seashells are those that have endured the fiercest tides." With Kathleen's comforting words, William felt a newfound strength. He knew that he was never alone, that his loving guardian angel was always with him. He stood on the shore, facing the tempest, and whispered a prayer of gratitude. The storm eventually passed, leaving the beach in serene, broken splendor. As dawn broke, William looked out at the calm sea, the shell still glowing softly in his hand. From that day onward, he carried Kathleen's shell with him wherever he went, a reminder of the eternal bond they share. Years went by, and William grew older, but he never forgot the lessons and love of Kathleen. Whenever life became challenging, he would hold the shell to his ear and hear her gentle, guiding voice. With time, he even started sharing the story of his loving guardian angel with others, spreading the message of hope and love to all who would listen. In the end, William's life was filled with happiness and contentment, all thanks to the gentle guidance of his loving angel, Kathleen. Let us drift softly into the next comforting tale. The Kawaii and Violet, a cheerful bond. This story is about the unbreakable friendship between a boy named Akalifa and a dolphin named Violet, highlighting how true bonds can withstand any storm with the spirit of cheer. Once upon a time, in a quaint coastal village named Florendale, there lived a young boy named Akalifa. Akalifa was a cheerful and kind-hearted soul, with a unique passion for the ocean. Every day, he would run down the sandy shore, greeting the waves as if they were old friends, and sometimes he would even talk to them, pretending they responded with bursts of foam and glimmers of sunshine. If one summer's day, while the sun kissed the horizon with hues of orange and pink, Akalifa noticed something unusual. A group of fishermen had gathered round a splashing commotion near the water. Curiosity piqued, Akalifa sprinted to the scene. To his amazement, he saw a young dolphin caught in a net. The dolphin's skin shimmered, with shades of violet under the golden sunlight, a rare beauty that took everyone's breath away. Without a second thought, Akalifa pleaded with the fishermen to free the dolphin. They relented, and together, with Akalifa's eager hands leading the way, they carefully disentangled the net. As the last strand of rope fell away, the dolphin sprang out into the open water, towing and leaping with newfound freedom. The Caliph named her Violet, and near in his heart he had made a special friend. Days turned into weeks and a bond began to blossom between Akhalifa and Violet. Every morning, Akhalifa would find Violet waiting for him by the shore, her cheerful clicks and whistles a melodious serenade to their friendship. They would play for hours, diving through the waves, the Khalifa laughing with unrestrained joy as Violet performed her aquatic acrobatics. One day, a fierce storm descended upon Florenville. The sky turned an ominous shade of gray, and the thunder roared with a deafening intensity. Akhalifa's home, perched close to the sea, was battered by the mighty gale. Panicked, he rushed out to find Violet, fearing for her safety. The shore was unrecognizable under the wrath of the storm, but Akhalifa's heart guided him to her. Through the blinding rain, Akhalifa called out for Violet. To his relief, he heard her familiar clicks. Guided by sound, he followed until he found her trapped in a small inlet, struggling against the growing tide. With determination and love, Akhalifa waded through the turbulent water. Despite the howling wind and pounding waves, he managed to calm Violet and led her to calmer waters. The storm raged on, but within that turmoil, Akhalifa and Violet found a small haven. They stayed together, providing each other warmth and reassurance until the skies cleared and the sun returned. In the aftermath, Florenville began to rebuild, the villagers working together with a renewed spirit of unity and hope. Akhalifa and Violet's bond grew even stronger after the ordeal. Their story became a symbol of courage and unwavering friendship in the village. Whenever a cloud appeared to dampen their spirits, the villagers would remember the day the boy and the dolphin faced the storm together and came out victorious. And so, under the clear blue skies and with the rhythmic song of waves in the background, Florenville thrived. The Caliph and Violet continued to bring joy and cheer to the village, reminding everyone that true bonds can weather any storm, and that the spirit of cheer can illuminate even the darkest days. Good night, and may your sleep be deep and calm.